I think that was kind of the moment where I think my dad kind of realised that he'd fucked up, you know, like he'd almost killed one of his kids. I didn't find bike riding, it found me at that time, because I needed something, you know, I needed something to grasp, something to be part of.
Kia ora and welcome to the 4th season of Treading Water. Today I'll be talking with Haimona Ngata.
So growing up, didn't have the best childhood. Quite a lot of domestic violence, a lot of hidings, a lot of yelling, a lot of abuse, a lot of negativity, a lot of not nice stuff, and my brothers bore the brunt of it, but I got hidings and stuff like that, and I think that kind of separated our relationship with our dad to being like holding him at arm's length to a certain degree. He gave us all what he did for his work and stuff, you know, like he was a doctor, he was doing the best that he can to help the community, but when he came home, we kind of got the leftovers. I guess at that time, he was a great man, but being a great man didn't equate to being a good dad, if you know what I mean. So,
growing up was home, a place you feared and didn't feel safe.
I was pretty scared of being at home, and I think being able to like close the door to my bedroom, crawl under the bed and just kind of like play with Lego or amuse myself or create my own realities to a certain degree was a way of escaping, I guess, what was happening on the other side of the wall.
And what, I guess, was the relationship or the turning point for your family or for your dad?
My family probably don't know this, but yeah, I kind of witnessed this. I was hiding behind like a door, peering out through a crack, and he was strangling my big brother. Yeah, he was like limp, and had him in the kitchen. There was shit everywhere. My mum was screaming at him and stuff. And yeah, he just my mum said something to him and he dropped him. Wasn't breathing. My dad took off and like my mum was helping my bro. And I think that was kind of the moment where I think my dad kind of realised that he'd fucked up, you know, like he'd almost killed one of his kids. Kind of from that point on, tried to become a better person, a better man and stuff. But I think for me and my brothers, the kind of psychological, I wouldn't say damage, but the psychological visions were already done of a male figure who's A, Māori, who's B, meant to be kind of like someone who you look up to, who's just showed love with these. And I think I was just like, I don't want to be that person, so I'm going to space myself from him and maybe from kind of what I envisage a positive male role model to be, and just kind of went off on my own buzz.
Would you say biking saved you?
At that time, bad shit had happened and I was trying to figure out like literally who I was. You know, I was a 8 or 9 year old Māori kid living in Gisborne, going to school, not good at anything. And then I like to kind of think that bike riding found me. I didn't find bike riding, it found me at that time, because I needed something, you know, like I needed something to grasp, something to be part of. And yeah, bike riding, cycling, BMX came in, and that was it. I was just like 110%, this is me, this is who I want to be, this is how I want to live my life. 35 years later, I'm still feel like that little kid who reads magazines and just looking at positive male role models in these magazines doing kick-ass things on bikes. As a child, I found it intoxicating, and even now, well, obviously I'm sitting around all these bikes, it is still as intoxicating as it was 35 years ago. as cliche as it sounds, it's through cycling, it's through bike riding, it's the community as well that is wrapped around cycling and bike riding. To put into perspective, I became a professional, but not like competitive professional. I've worked with like a whole bunch of companies on a whole bunch of cool initiatives and traveling overseas and stuff, and there was never that pressure of competition, and it's almost like an anti-competitive sport. I call it a lifestyle more than a sport. There was just this whole other side of it where you could travel and meet different people. And I'd get to a country, we wouldn't even talk the same language, but he'd point and go bike. I'd be like, hell yeah, man, let's go ride, let's go kick ass. And I'd stay at their house and we'd like go out and party. And next thing they'd be coming to New Zealand and staying at my house. And it just formed this beautiful holistic nature of community and friends, all centered around, I guess, bike riding and having fun out of everything. It's just been so much fun. And now being a bit older and looking back at, man, the most important things are those memories and those times spent with other people and having fun, and coming from, yeah, a shitty background and being able to like do all this stuff, it's definitely not something I take for granted.
Are you proud of who you are today?
I still feel, the crazy thing is like, yeah, I still feel young. I'm 45 years old. I'm closer to 50 than I am to 40, but I still feel like a little kid. My partner's like, when are you gonna start dressing like an adult? Like I still wear like the same clothes that I wore when I was 15 and 16, still had the same friends, still doing the same thing. Yeah, I'm stoked and proud that I've been able to like do this for so long. Be in a positive environment with positive people and have some kind of positive impact on my children. I've had a lot of success, I guess, in my life, so to speak. But yeah, probably my biggest success is the ability or the opportunity to ride my kids to school, because I think that never happened to me. My parents were just like, get yourself to school somehow, so I rode a bike. Being able to ride with my son to school, just being able to talk, being able to be out in the environment, because I think that's another thing as well. With cycling, riding a bike, mental health is our connection to Te Taiao and to Te Ao, to the environment, to the natural world and stuff. I'll go riding for like 5 hours and be in the middle of nowhere and be the only person there, and you just kind of sit and take it all in, the expanse of the world. And again, just the connection to nature just calms your mind. I think the importance of us conserving our natural spaces and places is just the unbelievable benefits from both physical and mental health that you can get from being outside in nature. As a kid growing up in the environment that I did, the bike became a physical tool to get away from that. When shit was going down at home, I would literally go outside, get on my bike and gone. You know, I'd get home and Mum would be like, where have you been? I was like, been out riding my bike. And that was kind of it, man. It became a tool to like get away from situations, but it's a tool to find life, to find adventure and to go on adventures and meet awesome people and do awesome things, yeah.